Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Starladder Season 10 European coverage. We're here with Day 5, and we've got 4 good ones for you. We're going to get started slow and then ramp our way up. Up first, we've got Compass Gaming versus AlbumSheet. The real treat, though, is we've got PPD as our co-caster. Peter, how are you, buddy?
Oh, wow. Just to have me, that big of an honor, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while, man. We've been,
Yeah, it has been a while. Probably since before the summer, since I last casted.
Yeah.
So it's nice to just be seeing Dota going on, starting up again. The Dota every day is something I missed for that month and a half after TI.
Yeah. Have you had the chance to catch any of the Starladder EU coverage, Peter?
Well, it kind of conflicts with our practice times, but generally we turn it on, in between scrims and stuff. So we've caught a lot, and I usually watch the replays afterwards anyways if there was any good games.
Yeah, it's been interesting. We've had some good games, and we've had some stompy games, and we've got Navi versus Team Tinker coming up today, and then our last match will be Navi versus Cloud9. So plenty of big matches to look forward to, but here we've got Compass versus AlbumSheet, and KPG. They were the team yesterday with the false GG that everyone was so uppity about. So,
I missed that. That sounds exciting though.
Yeah, they GG'd and then they got a kill and went, wait, just kidding. And then Sing Sing bought 3 Hyperstones on Tiny and cleaved down their whole team for an ultra kill.
Wow, how bad mannered of Sing Sing.
Yeah, exactly what I thought about it. So, all right, first pick raiser for AlbumSheet. Compass Gaming, they pick up Skywrath Mage and a little bit of the Nature's Prophet. Faceless Void still in the field. We'll see if AlbumSheet's interested in picking him up.
Yeah, Void's pretty good against Furion, so I could definitely see that as a possibility.
And they'll grab Shadow Shaman. Okay.
Also a great hero.
Yep, looks like AlbumSheet want to commence in the pushing. But we'll see.
There's still Death Prophet, who's super good this patch. So
yeah, we've seen a lot of teams running Death Prophet, most notably Navi. Dendy's been playing a lot of DP recently.
Dendy's been playing everything. That team's on fire right now.
Yeah. Well, they'll have the gauntlet today, as it were.
Yeah,
so I guess
I'm excited. See if they can withstand more than just a best of one.
Yeah. So, what do you think about Razor right now? Of all of these top heroes, who is the most, who is your go-to, I'm always going to ban this guy? Doom is the one that keeps getting it through, and I've been scratching my head for the past few days wondering why teams are not prioritizing the Doom pick or ban.
10 seconds remaining.
I've also been one of those drafters that have been letting Doom through for a lot of the picks, but I'm definitely not afraid to pick it for myself. The hero is incredibly strong, and he has a ton of strengths and not very many weaknesses. That being said, it doesn't really fit some teams' playstyles because he doesn't really offer much early, and you kind of have to wait until later game where he becomes this late game monster with Devour and a Midas.
Yeah. Where do you guys usually run him? Do you guys try to safe lane the Doom or?
We've been doing a lot of offlane Doom, pretty much exclusively. We've actually done a couple jungle Dooms as well.
Oh, okay.
But we used to do a lot of safe lane Doom back when we had Mason, and even before that when we had Fear, we did some safe lane Doom, and we just we're just putting different heroes there, and it seems like it's working out a lot better.
Yeah, based on the past week or so of Starladder, most of the Doom picks have either been in the off lane or when teams like to go aggro try, they solo safe lane him. That seems to be the most common.
I'm muted in game. Hold on.
All
right, there we go.
Oh, whew. Crisis averted. Well done.
I caught it quick. I always have to have my Twitch chat open, make sure everything's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always sad to admit that I have to keep it open because then they start flaming me. The other day they told me the patch was out, and for some reason I believed it. I don't know why. I just got too excited about techies. I was like, oh, sweet. Oh, I should probably mod you as well.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I
finally made it.
The royalty treatment here.
BTS stream.
Woo. This is the official Starladder stream, baby. Let's see here. But, wow, these teams are really taking their time with this draft, Peter. There's only so much to talk about with these first 2 picks.
Compass Gaming is thinking, do I need to pick Death Prophet right now? And the answer is yes. But if they do it, I'm not really sure.
Well, both teams have pretty scary push lineups, so really both teams could use DP. If Compass don't take him here, I have to imagine AlbumSheet will be pretty interested.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people pick DP because he's pretty good at laning versus Razor, and there's not many heroes that are very good against laning versus Razor. So they're gonna need a solution to this Razor mid if they're gonna let DP through.
Okay, and looks like they'll settle on Invoker for their Razor solution.
They got some global stuff in brewing up with Invoker and Prophet.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. What is the best way to deal with Razor in lane? Is there anybody that like straight up hard counters him or does really well?
See, he's just a hero that's so good in lane. There's not really anyone that really hard counters him. The heroes that do the best are like Death Prophet, Windrunner, because you can Windrun away.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, Weaver does okay because you can kind of Sakuchi away, get out of the link. Any hero with like a blink or a leap, like Marana or Quap, can be okay. Just creating space between you and the link is what's most important.
Okay. I've seen some Exort Invokers be pretty successful just with Cold Snap and Forged Spirits when Razor Man's
yeah, if you can get a Forged Spirit, that helps a lot. It's OD actually does pretty well too.
Oh, yeah. What happened to OD? Well, Razor is one of those heroes that people used to say was kind of a counter to OD.
It's a pretty 50-50 match, and it really depends on the initial block.
Oh.
But like a good OD player can definitely beat a Razor or go like 60-40.
Okay.
If played right.
That's not so bad.
Sometimes Razor will destroy OD if the OD plays wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen an OD pick in a while. He's really fallen out of fashion.
10 seconds.
He might be making a comeback at WEC.
Oh yeah.
5 seconds.
I have a decent feeling that he might be back.
Okay. All right. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled. I don't know. Things are going to get topsy-turvy here pretty soon when this new patch is out and they start changing things around. But
is the new patch coming with the Techies patch, like the balance patch?
I'm not sure. I honestly can't keep up with it. We're doing in the studio with Cyborg Matt today, and I'm hoping he can answer all my questions about what the hell's going on with this patch because I'm still stuck in the dark as well. I thought this was going to be the balance patch for sure, but apparently I'm mistaken. And whoa, the Sproinker. Okay, Compass Gaming. We've seen at least 3 games out of Compass, and this is the first time that they have run the Enchantress in Starladder. Interesting.
Well, they're gonna last pick Ursa and just do Roshan in like 2 minutes.
You think so?
That's the best. That's the best way to play Enchantress, I think. Maybe the only way.
It's possible. Both of these teams are lower seeds, and usually in Starladder that means they're up to something cheeky or trying to do something a little bit clowny. More often than not, that is the case. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
That's why everyone loves to watch Starladder, though.
Yeah, yeah. Because even the lower tier games that you don't know who they are, but they always do fun stuff.
Yeah, the lower tier games are always Russians, and you got that stereotypical Russian Dota where it's just mass like there's like 40 kills in like 10 minutes.
Yep. That sounds about right. Yesterday, we saw Na'Vi try to do a Roche bait where they bought a Shadow Amulet and then made their whole team invisible and spammed the Roche timer, hoping that they would walk into the pit. They waited there for about 2 minutes and then gave up. I was disappointed that they didn't fall for the trap.
5 seconds.
Oh yeah,
classic Starladder.
Yeah, that happened to me in NEL last night.
Really?
We had Furion Treants. I said, Furion, please send your Treants into the Roche pit. Make sure they're not Roshing level 1. And then my Razor just walked into the pit and died instantly.
5 seconds remaining.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah,
there's that 4th pick, Doom. So AlbumSheet will pick up the bringer of Dooms, I guess.
Death Prophet finally got addressed in the 5th ban.
There you go. I'm surprised she wasn't picked up. I mean, Wraith King and Doom are good heroes, but I feel like DP really packs that punch that they're lacking on AlbumSheet.
Well, right now, Compass Gaming has a ton of bursts. Like, they have, like, Skywrath, Invoker, and Furion, and AlbumSheet's really tanking up with these, Razor, Wraith King, Doom.
Yeah.
These heroes are really strong, and they can get, like, Doom can get an early mech and make them even stronger, and, ooh, Sniper. Yeah, Sniper is a hero that can do really well versus Razor as well.
Okay, is it because of headshot, or what's the mechanic that makes him so good?
So yeah, all you really need is boots to lane. Like, you can go boots first on Sniper, and you can kind of get away with CSing with the 40% chance at level 1 on headshot. It gets like 15 damage, bonus damage on your auto attack at level 1, and then level 2 it's like 30, is it 40?
Yeah, it's 40.
40, oh yeah,
Big
level
jump.
2. Yeah, so like once you get level 3, all you need is boots, and you can kind of lane against Razor. You can even bully Razor out if you get a couple points in the take aim for increased range.
Okay, so yeah, the take aim build is... I used to think it was really crappy and passive and it was all about shrapnel, but the more I see players use take aim, it's so hard to deal with early on when he gets that super long range, especially like against a hero like Razor.
Yeah, you got to get the Spectre. But
good hero to deal with Sniper as well. Hop right on top of him.
Yeah, but their lineup is really greedy. Like they have not only do they have a greedy Spectre pick, they have the Rasta, and they have an offlane Doom. So I would worry about them losing their tier one tower in the offlane very quickly, and then that kind of snowballing, allowing Enchantress and Skywrath to roam throughout the map and kind of have free reign, I think.
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of anti-push. Plasma Field is basically their big creep clear, and aside from that, it'll be a while before they all come online. And even position 4, well, I don't know who's the actual position 4 here, but Wraith King and Shadow Shaman are slightly greedier supports, especially the Shadow Shaman. He really needs experience, and hitting level 6 early on is kind of the name of the game for him. So if AS get the room to farm, this will prove effective, but if not, this could get rocky pretty early on. They will start off with a 5-hero smoke as they head towards the Dire jungle, though.
Yeah, I've seen this a lot. It's just hopefully Compass Gaming is ready for something like this. These cheesy level 1 first bloods are, they can ruin games.
Yeah, AS has kind of an odd level 1 lineup, though. I mean, Wraith King is really good, as is the Shadow Shaman. Spectre, I guess Dagger is pretty good at level 1 as well.
You got to catch them off guard if you want to land the Wraith King stun with the smoke.
Almost find the Skywrath. Dagger started off. Oh, PSM, he's in big trouble. There's the shackles, and oh man, that's an easy first blood.
So Razor's got it. He is going mid, so I'll have his bottle that much quicker.
Yep, Boots and 3 pulled Tango as well. Yep, great news for AlbumSheet. So they are in good shape out of the gate here. Let's talk about these lanes a little bit. We've got No Fear on the Doombringer. He'll be headed to the off lane. You mentioned Razor, played by Chomi. Apparently he's rocking the Reebok today. And he'll be in the solo mid-roll. Looks like it will be a safe lane try. Vova Pain on the Shadow Shaman. Big Numb, the man of the hour on the Wraith King. And Ink Visitor. Technically their stand-in, though he's been standing in with them every match so far. He'll be on the position 1 Spectre down here at the bottom.
Did you want me to do the other team, or would you like to do that as well?
It's up to you, Peter. Are you feeling frisky? Do you want to introduce teams today?
Yeah, okay, I can try. All right, so we have the Captain Gorek on the offlane Furion. Mid we have Jet on the Invoker. In the jungle we have Goddamn on the Enchantress.
I said Goddamn.
Then we have Artez maybe.
I've been saying Artez. Blaze was saying Arte. It's to each his own. Whatever you want to do with it.
How fancy. And then we have Fee Solo Meko on the support Skywrath.
I took the liberty of shortening it to PSM. It's a little easier, rolls off the tongue. But again, to each his own. There's no rules here in Starladder. Whatever you want to do, man.
Anything about fake GGing?
I'm sure they're thinking about it. I don't know. What do you think about the fake GG? People got really upset about that. More upset than I thought they would. I mean, sure, it's bad-mannered, but ultimately, is it that big of a deal in a game like that against Team Tinker, who...
Only if the team that fake GGs wins.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough, I think.
And, but yeah, it is kind of annoying. But a lot of times, like, those kind of GGs, Dota's a very emotional game, so sometimes one player will just be fed up and done, whereas, like, someone else disagrees. Yeah. So there can be a little bit of internal conflict.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like. I forget who GG'd, but it wasn't the captain, so that was the underlying issue. But so where are they putting this sniper? Looks like he'll be in the safe lane. Arte off to an okay start. He should have plenty of room to farm up here. Offlane Doom can only do so much. He'll move over to the big camp here, and oh no, there's a Sentry Ward down. No Devour for you. This is a sad Doombringer right now. Not much to work with here.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing that bad, though. He's halfway to, like, level 3, so...
Yeah. The lack of Devour kind of hurts him, though. It comes in handy if you get a War Stomp, gives you a little more survivability.
It's nice to get a creep, but not totally necessary.
Yeah. I don't think he realized it's blocked yet. He keeps lingering over, and, yeah, he may... Well, he'll just have to deal with it. And down bottom, how's old Spectre farming? Just about on point with the Sniper. Both of them in pretty much free farm heaven. How's Furion doing in terms of experience? Hey, he's about on point with the Doom. Boots first and partway through level 2, getting close to that level 3 mark. He does have a nice ward down here in the jungle, so he does have a little bit of intel as to the movements of the Radiant supports here, as Vova Pain goes over and harasses him, but actually does not find the better of that exchange.
Yeah, Rost has a really tough time harassing out of Furion. They both need to be active in killing the treants in order to be really successful in this lane.
Yeah, Furion being irritating here with this little treant, trying to slow down the stacking and blocking this camp here, and ooh, there you go. Well done, Furion. So Razor versus Invoker. Let's see how the farm is here. Looks like Razor has the slight better of it, about a 4 CS advantage. I think that's about what we would expect. Invoker can kind of hold his own, but ultimately Razor should outfarm him at least a little bit.
Yeah, he's got his Forge Spirit now, so I think things are going to change a lot. I think this is the first one he summoned.
Okay. So we'll see if the scales get tipped. And already, No Fear has just moved into the jungle. He does pick up a Satyr, one of the better creeps to grab early on. Shockwave is an ability you can actually use with that small mana pool, and the Unholy Aura is actually pretty helpful early on. Basically a free ring of health.
He's going to walk back top now because the lane's starting to push.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, here goes no smoke gank from Enchantress and Skywrath.
Radiant's top tower is under
I wonder where they're going to go. Are they going to go bottom?
It looks like it. She's got a Dark Troll, but it's just about to expire. This is sort of an odd rotation. Maybe she's hoping to find a creep.
Oh, great. We've got a Cyclone.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate. Goddamn is saying his name right now.
You slow, then I'll set up the Cyclone, and then we'll just right-click him.
And some Mud Golems. Oh,
it's going to work. It's going to work. Oh, shit, run.
Uh-oh. Big Numb's coming around the backside. PSM, they're going in. Gorek's actually the target of choice. The Shackles to start it off. The first blood comes out for the Radiant. Oh, boy, it's a disaster the other way. Sunstrike on the money. And Invoker grabs a counter kill on the Shadow Shaman, but now PSM getting chased down by Ink Visitor. He'll lay in the right clicks, and those 2 points in Desolate coming in handy. Goddamn takes a stun, and Big Numb and Ink Visitor will make the escape. Or will they? Gorek TP's in, and nope, just auto-attack creeps. All right. So it will be a 1-for-1, but AS, they find the better of it as Spectre grabs a kill.
Yeah, that was, I mean,
that's actually a 2-for-1.
That Spectre with the Desolate and the Phase Boots, like, he just destroyed them.
Yeah. Is this pretty standard in Spectre build here? Just the early points in Desolate for situations such as that?
Yeah, I think this is the new Spectre build for sure. 1 point dispersion could be good for, like, the value 10%, but
yeah.
For right now, he's more concerned about getting some damage and helping out his early game.
Yeah, and here he'll go Earn. This is kind of a new take on Spectre as well. We saw it in the opening day of Starladder, actually. Synderen was talking about this new trend of going Earn right away after Phase Boots.
I saw EE's Spectre game. He did that as well.
Yeah, yeah. What any thoughts about the Earn Spectre?
I haven't played it, or we haven't done it personally, but it seems kind of good because you're always going to be involved in kills. You can all have charges.
Yeah.
And you can get really active early and then have your HP regen to get back into the fight.
Yeah, that kind of old school super passive Spectre and just farm the Radiance seems to be falling out of style a little bit, where the earlier build up, maybe even a set of drums before the Radiance and find some extra farm with hero kills seems to be the more popularized way of doing it, at least over the past couple weeks, but we'll see where he transitions from here. Enchantress is hanging out in the Radiant jungle. She will find his Centaur now, and she's just farming away. Just about to hit level 5, but all in all, he's been fairly passive. Just that one rotation, and was a pretty failed rotation at that. Arte in the top lane. He is going for the headshot build, a 1-3-1, and grabs that point in the ultimate here. Looks like he will probably be pulling up for a Midas with the Gloves of Haste, and about 1,200 gold sitting in the bank.
First fight happening top. We're going to have Spectre ult.
Yep. And there's actually a smoke rotation as well. Yeah, Big Numb's ready to go in. No fear. He is level 4 with a War Stomp in the belly.
Shit. They're in.
There's the Haunt. Arte. He's trying to find somewhere to go. They'll go straight onto the Skywrath Mage, though. Silence onto Ink Visitor, but it'll only buy the Skywrath Mage a little bit of time. Shrapnel will slow down the Spectre, but he isolates the Skywrath. That's a 1-0. Now Arte doing some pretty fancy footwork through the trees here. He'll book it back to safety for now, but he's only on brown boots. Doom only on brown boots as well. Gorek just laying in the right clicks, but now the negative earn charge. They'll go in on to the Nature's Prophet. War Stomp on 2. It will cost the Doom his life, but now Sniper. He's actually doing pretty damn well. Sunstrike, I hear it, but it's off the mark. Misses Ink Visitor, and even the Skywrath falls now. Around the backside, Bova Pain will finally finish off the Sniper. But not a bad little exchange for KPG, and they'll also find the kill on the Shadow Shaman. So it is a 2-for-3. I believe, as KPG find the better of it.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Sniper actually finished his Midas before he died, so that was really important.
Yeah, and he picked up a kill in the mix. I'm surprised he survived so long on just brown boots. If he had phasies or something, I could see it with the movement speed advantage, but he was just cruising around the trees. That was pretty crafty.
Who, the Sniper?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really deep dive by, Album? Is that their name? Album game?
AlbumSheet, yes.
AlbumSheet, okay.
I'm not sure what that means or what the significance is, but...
Sheet metal sponsor.
Oh, yeah. That's, that's good. I like that. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess they could have focused the sniper there instead of cornering the Skywrath Mage. They kind of committed a lot just for him. Down bottom, Gorak will actually take a Wraithfire Blast. And in comes Inquisitor. They'll just chop him down. That Desolate doing some serious work. Big Gnome gets credit for the kill, but that's another death on the Nature's Prophet. He does have the Hand of Midas recipe, which he bought, so that will limit his losses. But he's off to a pretty slow start as well.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, he's still a higher level than Doom, so it's not too bad. But he needs to be careful about dying to Spectre, because Spectre's already 3-0-4, and he's, you know, already halfway to his drums, so...
Yep, and that's that early aggression we were talking about. Phase Boon earn, that's all you need to put on the hurt, I suppose. Those points in Desolate do make a big difference. And he's not even going for the value point in Dispersion. He'll go 3 Desolate now. Lots of pure damage coming out. Most Furions will opt for the Phase Boots and then into Hand of Midas. I don't know if for Gorak this was just a panic. I need to spend my gold, so he bought the recipe. But that could also trip him up just a little bit without that extra bout of movement speed.
So what's Razor doing? Oh, he's going mech. Okay.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Yes,
Razor rushes a mech.
So Papa's Game is going to have 3 Midases here in a bit.
Yes.
To AlbumSheet 1 Midas that they're trying to build on Doom.
And, oh, Sunstrike up top. It will miss him, and No Fear is okay. Do you think he'll go Midas here with the Tranquil Boots first?
Oh, well, he had the Gloves of Haste purchased earlier. I guess he sold them. Maybe not.
Yeah.
So maybe 0 Midas to 3 Midas.
Well, that will create a window where AlbumSheet can be pretty aggressive. They'll have like an early fighting tool like the mech, and KPG will have all that gold invested in Hands of Midas. But if they don't do some crippling damage quick, KPG will just take over in the way of farm. How's the initial farm going here? Looks like KPG with a small gold lead and actually a pretty decent experience lead as well. Another Haunt from Spectre goes straight on to Goddamn. Out come the Nature's Attendants, and there's the stun from Wraith King. This should be a pretty easy kill on the Spoinker. Down she goes, and we'll just end as a 1-0. But that's another kill for Inquisitor. Now 4-0-4 and 1,300 gold up on him. He's really pulling ahead. 800 ahead of the Sniper on net worth.
Maybe he'll just skip the drums and just go into the Radiance now.
Yeah, I think he could get away with it. I mean, he's even pretty high level. He's tangling with the top, sitting at level 8.
Well, if they're running Midas, I mean, he definitely will probably get away with it.
Yeah.
Sniper's porting bottom to push the tower, but Spectre's just ran all the way down here.
Yeah. Furion now has his Midas complete. Yeah, the Midas boys down bottom. It is only 1 point in Shrapnel. It does tickle the tower, but it's not a huge amount of pushing power. In comes Spectre.
Sniper just ported in. Can't get out.
Oh, no. Gorak, he cancels his TP as well. That's an easy kill on the Nature's Prophet. Now Arte, nowhere to go. Throws out a Shrapnel, but it will be the end of him. 2-0, and Spectre continuing to grab the momentum. Now 5-0-5 in only 10 minutes of gameplay, and he will go for the drums, but already another 600 gold to his name. Ooh, and up top, Rost Awards come down, and this looks like it will be a Tier 1 tower kill. Ooh, Enchantress coming around to maybe contest it. She is 6 now, has a Hellbear Smasher. Oh, Vova Pain gets off the Hex, but the Impetus will start laying in, and this will probably be the end of the Shadow Shaman. Yep, certainly will be. Tower does fall. Shadow Shaman gets credit for that one. No Fear. Level 6 with a Doom available, but won't use it for the Enchantress and instead says, I'm just going to get out of here. And the right call as there were TPs on the way. So it will end as a tower for Shadow Shaman trade up in the top lane.
Yeah, that's not too bad. It really helped Enchantress, though. Good solo kill. Boosted level quite a bit.
Yeah, now halfway through level 7. She's gone for an Urn as well, and just sitting on brown boots. Sometimes you'll see Enchantress pick up a Midas, but I can't imagine she'll do it this game. 4 Midas is...
Just commit.
Just do it, all in Midas.
4 Midas, guys. Ultra Mega late game.
Well, they've already got their 3, and just as that happens, Mech will come out for the Razor. Good call on the Doom Midas, though. He does pick up the recipe. What happened to his gloves? Why did he sell them?
He just wasn't certain if he really, really wanted it. But...
Well, that'll slow down his timing just a little bit here, but he'll have it pretty timely. Finishes
off.
Well,
I mean, he didn't sell it. Like, he bought it and then, like, sold it before it was...
Oh, okay.
Expired.
All right. Yeah, that's not so bad. KPG now move into the Roche Pit, though. They'll be a little sneaky about it. Plenty of summons between the Treants and the Forged Spirits. Looks like the Radiant
Invis
not scouted it out. Vova Pain with the Invis will go bottom instead of Roche. I think this will be uncontested. KPG look like they'll get a free Aegis here.
Yeah, that'll be helpful. I thought they had no detection, so I thought maybe the Ross would just, you know, meander on in there. Maybe give himself a free Aegis or something.
Yeah, would have been interesting timing. The dark side actually don't have any vision on the bottom rune, so they don't know that there was an invisibility. That could have been very sneaky. But it will be Invoker that picks up the Aegis of the Immortal. He now has phase boots and about 1,000 gold to go. Now probably will move into a 4-snap Necronomicon Scythe of Vice kind of style. Pretty standard stuff for the Exort Invoker.
Wraith King actually went 2 points in stats. It's pretty different than the norm.
What's the stat? Like get a value point in the aura?
Yeah, most people go 1 point in stats at level 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, when you get to level 6, you have enough mana for 2 stuns in your ult.
Ah.
But he's just 2 points in stats. I'm sure he'll get aura next level.
He wants that extra little bit, you know.
That's fine.
Yeah. Good stuff. They will get another tower down in the bottom lane. That takes the tower count now to 2-0. And AlbumSheet will take about a 3,000 gold lead, but small experience edge still standing for KPG. And, of course, a lot of that is coming from the Midases. Up top, No Fear, literally running in circles, and they will start to converge on him. This could spell doom for old Doombringer, but nope, he'll take the right path, and the sandwich won't commence. That was an awkward rotation from both sets. Now, No Fear turns it around. Doom on the goddamn. In comes Ink Visitor, and that Desolate does a lot of damage to the Enchantress. And Sniper even falls as well. Oh my gosh, an easy set of kills. And AlbumSheet will reap the benefits there.
And they are owning. I thought Compass Gaming would be the favorite coming into this, but they're just getting rolled.
They actually are on the bets. I think it's like 38-62 in favor of KPG. So.
Oh my.
Rares will be lost here unless they start turning stuff around.
They beat Team Tinker, I think, in some tournament.
Did they?
Yeah, I think it was like, maybe it was the I-League qualifiers or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right, yeah. That was, they took an early exodus in that tournament. Chomi does juke the Mystic Flare here, but PSM could be in some trouble. He takes negative earn charge, and no, they won't dive it. Okay.
Oh, the positive earn charge. Nice.
Yeah. Positive and the negative. Oh, there you go. The neutral earn charge, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Razor has his mech, but they still haven't really grouped up and tried to force team fights. I think this is the time when AlbumSheet can really group up and put some pressure on. All that dire gold is basically just in hand of Midas's and 1 urn right now. Radiant at least have a mech. They've got a set of drums, and Razor already has his point booster. He's pretty damn tanky right now.
Yeah, he's pretty strong. That's when the AlbumSheet kind of, they lack a little bit of tower push, but when they don't have roster wards up. But yeah. That being said, the cooldown's only 110 seconds. So.
Yeah. And Rost has been pretty damn active with his ward cooldowns here. He'll drop another set on the mid-tier 1 tower. Goddamn, takes a stun from No Fear, but he will be converged on. Takes a silence, and the assassinate from Sniper flying through. Mystic Flare inside the trees. No Fear, well, he will take a tumble. And KPG get another kill off on the scoreboard. They will rotate mid, and that will keep their tier 1 tower safe. The roster wards do get cleaned up, and maybe they'll try to commence some tower pushing of their own. Aegis is already at about half duration with 3 minutes remaining on the Invoker.
Yeah, so this game is actually kind of close, but the one problem is like Spectre is going to come. Here we go.
Yeah, Big Han in, goddamn, in the front lines, taking a lot of damage. He'll be the first to go down. Skywrath Mage follows suit. And even the Haunt alone doing a lot of damage here is Ink Visitor. No fear in the world. He'll go straight on to the Nature's Prophet. He tries to sprout TP, but that's not happening. And Spectre gets another one. Double kill and a 3-for-0 exchange. Now this tier 1 tower in the mid will be fair game. A glyph available for KPG, but I don't think there's any hope of making a stand with 3 dead. And they will let it fall. Oh, up in the top lane, Doom pops it onto Arte, and he'll just chop him down. Nothing the Sniper can do. He's trying to be cheeky with those little stutter steps, but the old Dwarven Sniper will get chopped down by the Fiery Sword.
The Sniper's having a real rough game.
Yeah, I think the Spectre is just, it's hard to deal with as the Sniper.
Yeah, definitely. Like, he's so good at closing space.
Yeah. And even Doom, does he have a Blink Dagger yet? No, but he probably will before too long, and that'll make things even more difficult for Mr. Sniper.
Where'd he get 2,500 gold?
These successful team fights in 3 towers. I mean, look at Ink Visitor. He has a relic with 800 gold now. We're looking at like a 18-minute Radiance with an urn, drum, and set of phase boots. That's pretty impressive.
I'm sure it's fine. They've got Midases.
Yep. I don't know. That Radiance. We'll see.
There you go. Here's the Midas Gaming gank.
Here we go. How it goes. No fear. He does have a Blink Dagger now. Maybe he can make it away. No. Trees with the Mystic Flare. Nice bout of synergy there. He'll try to TP home. And that will be a failed effort. And they will chop him down. So 7-16. KPG grab another solo kill. AlbumSheet still holding on to a pretty nice lead though. About 6,000 gold, 3,000 experience. They're still sitting pretty. for now.
Yeah, yep. I think they're... I don't know what Compass Gaming can really do. Like, they're gonna have some big problems when that Radiance comes out. Like, they don't have a mech. They don't have any, like, anything towards a pipe. Enchantress has a cloak, but the amount of damage a Spectre's gonna do is gonna be...
Yeah, and their team is pretty squishy. Invoker's the only one that has more than 1,000 hit points and only 40 above that margin. I mean, this Radiance burn is gonna be like crabs, dude. It hurts.
Skyra's gonna... Whoa. Alright, Skyra's definitely gonna die to just the ult.
Yeah.
In like one auto attack or something.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? I think they really do need a mech. Who is their natural mech carrier? I guess...
I think it's Furion here.
Furion or the Enchantress, I suppose, yeah.
Enchantress probably isn't going to find the farm soon enough.
Oh.
Furion can...
Arte, he's in some trouble. Big Num has a Blink Dagger, closes the gap. They will even haunt for this. But Spectre, I'm not sure he wants to commit. I'm not sure which illusion he hopped to or if he did any. Whoa, No Fear going in deep. He'll live up to his name.
No Fear is in.
Throws the Doom onto Arte, and
he is dead.
Might still fall. Doom's dead, and they'll have to deny him here, I think. Yep, there you go. So, nicely done. It will be a one-for-one trade, but KPG do find the better of it. As Nature's Prophet actually gets the last hit on Doom. Pretty YOLO. Big Num going forward. He's got the ultimate at the ready. PSM gets destroyed. Huge damage from that plasma field. Ink Visitor now on the front lines. He does have the Radiance. Takes a cold snap, but he'll just stay in the fray. And Jet will just melt under the pressure. Nature's Prophet does TP out. God damn, he won't be so lucky. Godlike streak for Ink Visitor. 9-0 and 8 at the 19-minute mark. How do you stop this Spectre?
I don't know. I think... I'm actually not sure. Like, they really, like, they need the sustainability just to survive from the Radiance. I don't know where they're going to find it if Furion doesn't buy a mech.
Yeah, we still don't see much item progression on the Dire side here. And wow, even Roster Ward's put down. They pop the Glyph, but I don't think this will be a defense. Wraith King still has his ultimate, so if they try to press this, Big Num will hop forward and he will have few fears. That's a tower kill. Even goes the way of Spectre. He now has an Ogre Club and 600 gold. He'll have a BKB within like the next 3 minutes if this keeps up.
Is he going BKB?
I don't know. Maybe it's an SNY.
I guess he could go BKB. I mean, why not?
Exactly. Mystic Flare does a lot of damage. I don't know. Yeah.
It does do a lot of damage.
He just wants to live. This Enchantress, though, has just not been able to get much done. God damn, just hasn't picked up any momentum.
I mean, it's a really, really hard hero to play, like, and be successful with, unless you're like Puppy or Ake.
Yeah.
Or who's the other? Lanen, I guess.
Yeah. That
I tried playing this hero. It never works.
Yeah, you just have to do a lot more in the laning phase. You have to be a little more successful with those ganks. And by the time you rotated bottom lane, it was already Spectre starting to ball out of control. Mid lane, we'll see initiation onto Jet. Even a Haunt as well as a Doom used for this. Wow, they really wanted that Invoker. Meanwhile, in the top lane, that's where Ink Visitor's going. And look at the damage output. This is just the Spectre. Finishes off the Nature's Prophet. Arte is burning down. He will get off the Assassinate. Almost brings him down. And I think he was out of the dispersion range. But
go for the kill and Ink Visitor.
Returned a lot of damage. Yeah, I think he could have gone for that and just trashed the sniper, but...
Not worth it, though. He's got that 10-0 streak.
Yeah, that's a nice 1,300 gold bounty. You don't really
Sniper
want to
would love to have a piece of that.
Oh, yeah. And Sniper, he's just trying to tank up. He has a Keela Bracer and just an Ogre Club right now. I guess he's going for a BKB.
Yeah, he's going to need a BKB. I think most snipers like to build like ultra aggressive, but the Spectre's just way too strong.
Yeah. Even Rasta Wards now come down to the mid lane. Shomi has himself an Ag Scepter, and this tower just melts. And it will be basically uncontested. The total tower count now is 5-0 in favor of AlbumSheet. And the snowball is still rolling, Peter, about 10,000 gold and now upwards of 7,500 experience in their favor.
Well, I think it's time for Compass Gaming just to cross their fingers and hope that AlbumSheet throws.
Yeah. Is it time for some YOLO smokes, all in, run into the Roche pit?
Smokes.
Do something crazy?
I mean, a Roshan would be nice. I don't know about YOLO smokes against Spectre, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Find someone and then your entire team's just dead. Maybe if they can maybe they can gank the Spectre like this. I mean, they didn't see him coming, so they get a good Skyra silence. Maybe they can.
Yeah, he's got all that those BKB pieces sitting in the bank, so no Ogre Club. He's still a little squishier than he will be. This is their big opportunity. Okay. Silence. Mystic Flare inside the trees. The meatball. There you go. 1,300 gold goes the way of the Invoker, but AlbumSheet won't let it go without a fight. Gorak takes a stun from the Wraith King there, and he'll fall as Razor finishes him off with a Plasma Field and an auto attack. It's a 1-for-1, but KPG finds better of it. Oh, it's not over yet. Big Num finds another stun, connects on the Skywrath. Tornado flies through, will help break it up, but the Eye of the Storm zapping the Skywrath as he takes a tumble. Big Num, Blink Dagger coming up in a second. He may continue to go for it, but this is a pretty deep dive. Instead, they'll create some space, and up top, no fear, just pressure in this tower. But step in the right direction. At least Invoker gets a pretty penny to play with here. That's his Necronomicon if he wants it. But speak of the devil. Big Num finds him. Wraithfire Blast. The follow-up isn't there. And in comes Goddamn. Now the Cold Snap. They may try to turn this around on Big Num. He has the ultimate, so not the end of the world if he does fall that tornado.
That's the 1-point Wex tornado.
Tower is under attack.
It's cute. It's adorable. It's just a little. It's like a baby tornado. A noble effort, Jet.
Yeah, it had good intentions.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, they will rotate up top, and it looks like this top Tier 2 tower, the last remaining outer tower for KPG, will fall. Oh, goddamn. He takes the Doom, and No Fear blinks over, connects with the Hoof Stomp. That untouchable. Slowing down the auto attacks, but here's the Hex, there's the stun, and that is a kill on the Enchantress. Meanwhile, KPG, they move into the Roche pit, so they will try to trade that Tier 2 tower for Roche, perhaps. But no, Radiant are ready for it. They've got a ward down on the high ground, so they are privy to it, and they will contest.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And wow, that's the pretty easy contest. KPG will just head for the hills as soon as AlbumSheet show their faces.
They knew there was no way they could fight it. Maybe if they would have smoked in, they could have done it, but I think they just walked right past that ward, and AlbumSheet was all over it.
Oh, yeah. Inkvisitor down bottom looking for Gorak. Has no way to interrupt the TP, so he will be able to make it out. Inkvisitor now level 16, so Haunt, of course, that much more potent. And he's even carrying around the Ogre Club, 1,600 HP up on him.
He's almost got the BKB, too. But he's currently trapped in the trees. Already he's out.
Oh, yeah. Dire side just working on BKBs. Enchantress, well, I guess it could be an Ags, but has Cloak, Ogre Club, just trying to get those value survivability items. Sniper pretty close to his BKB now, just a recipe away, and... let's see what else we're working on here. Level 1 Necronomicon is out for the Invoker, as well as now a Maelstrom, picked up by Nature's Prophet, who isn't too far off a Force Staff. So they are starting to find those initial core items as the Hands of Midas are paying off. But AlbumSheet still have a pretty damn big lead, and KPG will still need, I think, a stroke of luck if they want to turn the momentum around to this game. Roster Wards come out in the Roche pit, and it looks like AlbumSheet will grab the Aegis and all this bonus gold.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where, like, you know, Spectre's so scary, but look at Razor. Like, Razor's just right there as well.
Yeah. Isn't that worth it? There's nothing to scoff at. He doesn't have a Midas, and he's still out farming all the Midas carriers. 3,200 gold. He's not that far off of a refresher.
Oh.
Wow. That will be scary. So yeah, the Easy Roche top tier 2 towers should fall pretty handily. They will have to wait for Rost Awards another 70 seconds or so, but even Bova Payne, he is pretty damn close to an Ag Scepter. Point booster with 1,300 gold, only 1,700 away from getting those extra Serpent Wards. And there you go, grabs the Ogre Club, even has a Force Staff to boot, so some nice mobility for some possible initiation as well. KPG will get aggressive. Here's a 4-hero smoke through the jungle. Furion will stay farming away. But they will be disappointed not to find anyone in the jungle as AlbumSheet are already rotating towards the top lane.
Smoke gank mid tower.
There you go. And Walker gets the last hit, and that's his level 2 Necro book. You know, that's something.
I'm sure the Midas is about to start paying off.
Yep, 30 minutes is kind of that golden rule of thumb when the carries start to take over and the Midas will really start to kick in. And we're getting close to it. Top tier 2 tower falls as Razor pops the ultimate. Doom will grab his BKB. And KPG will group up about this bottom tier 2, but they need to be careful. AlbumSheet will just go straight for the high ground. Still plenty of time left on the Razor ultimate, and they should have Rost Awards up soon. Yeah, 10 seconds away. They will get in position to defend. Big Num taking some pretty heavy damage from the Mystic Flare, but he still has the ultimate. Doom goes straight in onto Jet. That's the ultimate. And Invoker should fall to the Wrath of Time. Maybe the best they can hope for is a deny, but nope, he will just tick down. So a 1-for-0 trade as the Rost Awards come down. Tier 3 tower falling quickly. Glyph comes out. Now goddamn, chucking in the impetus, but Big Num throws out the stun. In the front lines, will take an assassinate, but he has a reincarnate. No fears for him. And now the tower's fallen. Rax will start to get chipped upon. Rost Awards still alive, and even the Razor falls now. That'll burn the Aegis. Inkvisitor, BKB on in the front lines. Will maybe find a solo kill on the Skywrath. Lets him live with 9 HP. Oh no, I think he thought the Radiance had him. And now he'll press forward. Arte pops his BKB. They'll turn it around onto Ink Visitor. They try to sprout him, but Spectral Dagger will keep him alive. God damn! Untouchable almost keeps him alive, but now a wicked 6 streak for Chomi. Melee racks have fallen, and it looks like the range racks will go down shortly after. Rost awards will expire, but damage has been done, and it looks like Album Sheet maybe one step closer to sealing the deal here, PPD. Even 2 buybacks for KPG used, and they still can't hold the barracks.
Yeah, they're trying to fight as best they can, but they have no items. They have no damage. They can't do anything.
Yeah, that level 2 Necro Book is just not that scary right now. Their biggest item is a BKB on Sniper, and sure, it helps him survive, but what's the follow-up? He still hits like a wet noodle.
And Doom can just eat the Necro Book, so it's like...
Yeah, he's got a Super Soaker instead of a pistol.
Yeah, Sniper hits for nothing. That hero needs like Mask of Madness and like a Maelstrom, and then he does damage.
Yeah, the attack speed is just so disgusting on him with that headshot. Even just rushing the Massive Madness can result in some early kills and let that snowball start rolling. But with this build, he just has no momentum. Now, no fear with a double damage rune. It'll go straight to his head as he pops forward. BKB, Doom onto Jet, but the follow-up isn't there. Perhaps not anticipating all of KPG right nearby as the Assassinate flies through. Will connect, but Doom just too tanky, and he'll survive easily. But Heart of Tarask up on Razor, and now the Ags is up on the Shadow Shaman. So more big items coming out. Jet will get initiated upon again. There's the Haunt from Spectre, and Invoker will be the first to go down. Burns from the Radiance. Goddamn tries to TP out. He will get stunned. That's not happening. Skywrath Mage gets picked off on the other side. A 3-for-0 trade. And now Album Sheet will just press straight up the mid. And KPG on their last leg. They may be thinking about the appropriate time to type that GG.
Pretty sure that appropriate time is right about now. Invoker doesn't have a buyback, Enchantress doesn't have a buyback, and I don't see there's any way that they can even hold this barracks.
Well, Nature's Prophet might get a tier 1 tower in exchange for the tier 3 mid, so that's something. He will finish it off, but there's no glyph even available either, and there you go, GG, and it looks like it is for realsies this time, and that'll do it. Album Sheet, they upset KPG. Some rares were lost in our first game of the day, and 29 minutes of gameplay. The Spectre proves just a bit too potent. Ink Visitor with the plays.
I actually recognize Ink Visitor and Bignum from like maybe some in-house leagues, like some European in-house leagues.
Yeah, they've been all over Starladder in previous seasons. They were on like they're like 4 Friends in Krilly, Aspera. There's another team that I'm forgetting the name of.
Aspera, that's where I remember them from.
Yeah.
At least the Ink Visitor was on Aspera. I don't know about Bignum, but
yeah, it's Bignum, Chomi, No Fear, and Ink Visitor are those 4 like CIS players that float around. They're always making new teams with their friends, and they're always good enough to make it into the top 16 of Star Series, but I don't think they've ever qualified for the actual LAN event. So they're fan favorites around Starladder, I guess you could say.
Maybe this year's their year.
Is what?
Maybe this year, it's time for them to...
This is their year. You can do it, Album Sheet. You have such an innovative name this time around. But that will do it for our first game of the day, folks. Of course, we have 3 more coming your way, and they're big ones. We've got Team Tinker coming up against Team Cleve starting in just about half an hour, so it will be a decent break. We'll appreciate your patience. Then after that, we've got the big kahunas, Na'Vi versus Team Tinker, and then Na'Vi versus Cloud9. So we're just heating up for Day 5 of Starladder EU. I'm Zyori, joined remotely by PPD from Evil Geniuses. We'll be back after this break.